This is a series of videos that talk about how to create email workflows. And the first step is to build an email template, but to do that you actually have to have a letterhead. So you can enter letterhead in the quick find, or you can find it with the administration email section, and you can find letterhead. You only do this kind of once, so it's not worth spending a lot of time thinking about it. The tip is to create a single letterhead for your company. What you're provided with is some samples from the Nonprofit Success Pack. So creating a new one, I'm going to call this the Force 501 letterhead. I'm going to take the default unique name. I do want to mark it available for use because otherwise it's a draft and you won't actually see it. I'm then presented with the letterhead and the sections that I can actually edit. So in this case, what I want to do is I want to add a logo at the bottom. I'm going to find that I don't have it here. When I look to the volunteer section, there are some logos and documents available there, and the Nonprofit Success Pack has something. But when I try and look, what happens is that documents is not a feature. It's not an object that's available within Lightning. So we look for documents, we're not going to find it. So what we end up having to do is we end up having to shift into Salesforce Classic. What we're then able to do is to go in and find documents. So within this, this may have all changed by the time you watch this, in which case, follow the new instructions. But if I'm looking at, for example, the NPSP, Nonprofit Success Pack, I'm going to find some things here. But if what I'm doing is switching into shared documents, there's nothing. So I'm going to go out and add a new document. And let's say what I'm going to do is to call this Force 501 logo. I'm actually going to call it logo 1 because I already have a logo out there that is in the system. Interesting, again, this is a legacy classic issue where they couldn't control it for security reasons. This was a way to force it to say it has to stay internal, or in this case, it's available for outside image. So it's important if you're using logos using this classic version that you select this externally available. I'm going to stick it in the shared document so it's available for everyone. I can add keywords, but again, I wouldn't worry too much about it. So what I'm going to do is to add a logo, open this one, and then I'm going to say, let's save that. So I now have a logo that I can work with. I'm going to switch back to Lightning Experience, and I'm going to find the letterhead section again. And then what I'm going to do is to say, okay, remember we were creating this one. I can now edit it. And so what I'm going to do is to edit, in this case, the letterhead itself. And I'm going to select a logo. And now I actually have, if I switch to the shared version, I have my Force 501. I can say, sure, that's what I want, and I'm going to save that as my logo. What you're seeing here is it is marked available for use, which is important. So when I go back to all of my letterheads, actually next, what you're going to see is now everything here is available for use, and I am all set for a next step.